getting mad at my dad and running up to him with my chest out and what's up? Like, you know, but fuck you. Like, I don't even fucking love you. Like, fuck you. I remember my brother killed himself. I'll never forget this, bro. And my dad was like on some drunk bullshit, and I looked him straight in his face and I was like, you're the reason that Shaylin killed himself. And that's like the worst thing I've ever said in my life. It was like 2 days later, I like went to my dad and I was bawling my eyes out and I was telling him I'm so sorry and I didn't mean it and it's not true. And he was just like, I know you didn't mean it. You're just like me.
This is Avery Freeman, or widely known as Honest Ave. He's a 26-year-old artist born in 1997 from Pierce City, Missouri. Before his music career, Honest Ave was creating comedy content on TikTok. He was popularly known as the broke boyfriend in his videos.
Seriously, just for a second, I didn't sign up for a 10-mile walk today. Okay, yeah, let's stare at the shirtless guy walking across the street. This is why I hate going on walks with you. Pardon me, buddy. Oh, yeah, no problem. Dude, I almost messed that guy up. Seriously, he don't want to fuck with me. Hey, babe.
What's up?
Guess who got paid?
Who did? You
Guess
did?
who got paid?
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Let's go.
me.
Full bank account.
I mean, they put it on a little prepaid Visa card for me, but whenever you're ready, babe, take me down to the gas station. I got like $180 for us to go cash out. Hey, babe, order some DoorDash. Put it on my card. You know I'm gonna spoil you too. How's 10 of your tank sound? Okay, of course you killed me. I'm a check chaser. I don't play video games. Go get you a bag.
I find it very ironic. He was making broke boyfriend videos and now he's getting popularity like every day and becoming a very successful music artist. Abe himself would even get recognized from the people that watch those skits, and he says he doesn't mind the nickname, even if it started as a joke. Honestly, went through crazy shit when he was younger and had to push through arguably the hardest thing anyone could ever go through. He has 5 brothers and 1 sister, but he says one of his brothers aren't his actual real brother, just someone he sees as one. When he was a kid, he usually spent half the month with his mom, half the month with his dad. His mom was arrested multiple times for selling an illegal substance. Dave said his dad was more stable than his mom's, but he didn't have air conditioning and experienced food insecurity.
Whenever I was 15, like there was like lawyers and shit that came to my house and they like made me make a decision, like, who are you gonna live with full time? Are you gonna live with your dad or your mom? That was like a tough decision. I almost lived with my mom, but she was still like, you know, a drug addict back then. And it was like terrible conditions.
If you thought him having to choose between his mom or his dad to live with was rough, when he was 15, he had experienced his older brother taking his own life.
Him dying for me was so traumatic, and so many things happened. Like, I was worried that it was gonna happen. We had talked about it before. I was hanging out with him the night before. Like, he called me right before he did it and was like, come home, I want to talk to you, like, blah, blah, blah. He probably expected me to come save his life.
Trigger warning, he talks about his older brother's suicide story, so if you would like to skip this segment, go to this timestamp on screen now.
So boom, my brother calls me. He's like, "Come home and do your chores." And I'm like, "Shaylin, bro, fuck you. Like, it's Saturday or whatever day it is. Like, I'm not coming, bro. Like, I was just out hanging out with my homies. He's like, stop. He's like, bro, come on, please. And I'm like, oh, something's wrong. I hang up the phone. I call my dad. I'm like, what's up with Shaylin? He's like, he's pissed off. Like, don't even fuck with him. And I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's like suicidal right now. Like, he's been talking about it all week. I come home. I'm like, go ask my dad, where's he at? He's like, he walked out back. I run out back. I'm like running out back. There's like a garage. I see him. He's like choking and he's like had hung himself. And the chair's like falling down and shit like that. And he's like choking, but he's not like totally dead yet. He's like, his eyes are glossy and shit like that. And he's like pretty much dead, but he's got his hands like he was trying to save himself, like he regretted it. And so I'm like, I grab him by the feet and I'm like 15 and he probably weighs like 180 and I'm like weak 15-year-old. I'm like trying to pick him up. I can't pick him up. I'm screaming for my dad. My dad comes out there. I'll never forget it. He like grabs the rope and he punches it and it snaps. Can you imagine that? Boom, my brother hits the ground. I run inside. I grab the phone. It was a cord phone. We had a cord phone at the time. I'm like trying to beat around the bush. I'm like, my brother, because I don't want her to get all freaked out. And I'm like, I can't leave the room because it's a cord phone. And I'm like, my brother tried to hang himself. Boom, fucking she gets up. She runs out there. It's like all hell's starting to break loose. I run out to the front. I'm screaming and I'm like, my friends are there and I'm like telling them like, Shaylin fucking just killed himself. And I run out to the front and my homie lives across the street and I see his dad. He's a first responder. His dad comes running out in his boxers, bro. And he's running across the street and he's shaking him up while he's running across the street. And I'll never forget, he like runs down, boom, hits Shaylin's chest. He doesn't come alive. I go down there, I'm like grabbing Shaylin by the head and I'm like fucking, begging him to come alive, and he's like, boom, pumping his chest, and he won't come alive. My mom gets to the crib. My mom and dad hated each other. I've never seen them hug. I've never even seen them high five. I've never seen them look at each other for more than 2 seconds. I've never seen that. And they fucking hated each other. And my mom ran straight to my dad and gave him a hug, and she went to the front yard, and she started punching her hands like this, and she was being like, why, bro? She wouldn't stop. The flesh in her knuckles started flying in the air. She had blood on her face from punching her fingers like this, and the flesh just going everywhere. I remember seeing my mom's like bones and her fingers like moving like this, like it was crazy. That's how she dealt with it. And then she went and she slipped into it. And both of my parents after that for like 5-6 years were like really bad drug addicts after that.
Unfortunately, his brother passed away at age 21. Before we get into his music, I should mention his dad.
I remember I saw my dad a week before he died. And one of the last conversations I had with him, I was like, I'm gonna be rich, Dad. Like, if you can just hang on, like, don't kill yourself, because he was talking about killing himself. I'm like, don't kill yourself if you can just hang on. Like, I promise you, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna get you out. He was living in a shitty Section 8 apartment at the time. I was like, I'm gonna get rich, Dad, and I'm gonna move you out of here, and you're gonna get like your own spot, and it's gonna be great. And I remember him grabbing me on my shoulder and being like, even if you get rich, that's your money, that's not my money. And he was like, this is what I'm doing, and talking about like he's gonna drink himself and smoke himself to death. And yeah, boom, and then he did. So
Right before Av dropped one of his most popular songs, or the song that I would say blew him up, called I'd Rather Overdose, his dad unfortunately died. I would say like 80 to 90% of his music is real, or I should say honest, and has always had something to do with his life or his family. I would be a complete liar to say his name is just for a brand. All of what he says in terms of music is honest, genuine, and real.
and then I didn't make Overdose until shit. My dad died. It must have been like 2 months later or 3 months later until I dropped Overdose.
And did that influence the musical change?
I already had changed kind of. I was already kind of making music like that, thankfully. That luckily before that, like when I started getting paid on TikTok, music became, oh, I just love this.
Yeah.
I don't even care. You don't have to listen to it no more. I wasn't even promoting it on my page. I might promote it in a funny skit sometimes. Like, you know, I like there was people that would, you know, they thought that like that was my thing, was promoting my music, but like nah, I just didn't really fuck with it. I still struggle with promoting my music because like there's nothing worse than like there's nothing where like I'm a real artist, and like you'll never be able to take that away from me. They'll never be able to take that away from me. Nobody on the internet will, no phone screen will, no Instagram page. Nobody will ever be able to take that away from me. I'm a real artist. I love my music. I love writing. I write music and I physically have reactions. I'll be shaking, or I'll be crying, or I'll be having chills. Like I'll have a physical reaction. That's because I love music so much. So nobody can ever take that from me.
Ave dropped I'd Rather Overdose on January 13th, 2024. He wouldn't drop his first album with that song on it till November 8th, 2024, 10 months later. His first album, Harakiri, which I looked up the name, it says, Harakiri is a traditional Japanese ritual of suicide by cutting open the abdomen with a short sword. The reason why they do this is to die with honor after defeat, to avoid capture, or to take responsibility for a failure or disgrace. Some other songs other than I'd Rather Overdose that did really well in Harakiri was Hurts to Fall in Love and Stuck on the Floor. By the way, I have to say, Die Young was top 3 for me, and it has the lowest fucking streams on the album. I'm genuinely flabbergasted, bro. Anyways, he ended up dropping 2 songs after his first album, Growing Pains, that has over 8 million streams, and Living Wrong, which has over 3 million. And both these songs were on his newest album, Harakiri Deluxe. It dropped May 16th, 2025 with 10 new songs ranging from 353,000 to 8.6 million streams. This was by far my favorite album, and he's actually almost done with his newest project he's been teasing on his socials. By the way, Honestav, if you're watching this, please drop Cobain. I've been replaying that damn song over and over again. It better be on your new shit, bro. But yeah, I really can't wait for it. Honestav has 310,000 followers on Instagram, 210,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1.8 million followers on TikTok. And if you're curious about his most popular video on TikTok, it's obviously a broke boyfriend video with 32.9 million views, with other popular videos still having around that much.
Nah, these are cool, but I've always wanted one of these. They're just a little more expensive. What's that? Oh, sorry, babe. I was looking at the Mountain Dew. It's actually on sale. You wanna just like give me your card and I'll pay for it?
On YouTube, his most popular video is the official I'd Rather Overdose video with 6.9 million views.
It's a struggle to be like, trying to be like take me serious. Like, please, please, please listen to this song. Please listen to it, bro. Like, come on, look, people are starting to listen to it. You should listen to it too. Oh, look, come on. My song's cool. Come on. I hate hearing a song I like and then going to their page and realizing, oh, you're not even a real artist. You're just a guy that's trying to promote this song that I related to, kind of.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, whenever I hear the song, I'm like, fuck that song, because I related to it what I thought you were, but you're not that. You're a dude that's like trying to get famous, and you're a dude that's like trying to, and I never want to be that. So I still struggle with like promoting my own music to this day, you know, because I believe in myself more than just like trying to make the internet believe in it.
Yeah.
But it's so crucial to like
The game.
be this guy that is, you know, on the internet doing these things. So I try to find a balance, but I don't think I've really I'm not totally there.
Before we get towards the end of the video, I wanted to talk about my personal experiences with Honestav. The first time I ever heard of this dude was around when he dropped Growing Pains. I was scrolling on TikTok and saw his On the Radar performances and was instantly hooked. Ever since I heard those, I've been listening to him non-stop in my headphones, on my TV, on my computer, and on my phone. I switched back and forth from Apple Music to Spotify, but for my 2025 Spotify Wrapped, I was ranked number 2 globally for the most time listened or as top listeners for that year. I had 55,583 minutes listened to on Spotify and 27,731 minutes listened to on Apple Music, which equals out to over 83,000 minutes of listening to Honestav's music. Do I say that to flex? Yes, but I didn't just bring that up to brag, but I actually have a little story to share from when I saw him in person at Seattle for his no license tour. I went with my mom, and when we got there, we stood in line behind these 2 chicks that were talking about the weirdest shit and straight shit talking their boyfriends. When we got in the front, there was a lady that was scanning everyone's tickets, and I have to say, I think that lady looked pretty similar to Honestav. Like, it could have been his sister, but yeah. When we got in there, 2 people performed before Honestav did. Z, which was the person that's on I'd Rather Overdose with Ave, and Damian Styles, which he, along with the other guys, is extremely underrated. Me and my mom were side by side, very close to the front, maybe like 3 to 6 people away from the stage. And while Z and Damian were performing, every now and then this guy would try to shove himself from the back to the front, pushing people out of the way. But something I haven't mentioned is my mom doesn't give a fuck. And every single time this guy got behind us, my mom would shove him back to the back. And this happened like 2 times before the third and very last time he really tried to get in front of me and my mom. And he almost made it past us, but my mom and I managed to shove him through like 4 people that were also tired of this fucking guy all the way to the exit door. Funniest shit I've ever did with my mom. When Honestav came out, everyone was pretty much going ballistic, and literally not even after 1 song, those 2 chicks that we saw before in line were now drunk and was pushing through everyone behind us. When they got behind me and my mom, obviously my mom didn't let them get past us. We would spread our arms and lean our weight back, and it was working for maybe a minute before these drunk asses started kneeing, pinching, and hitting my mom. Once they started doing that, my mom would keep turning around yelling at them to stop and that they are not going in front of us because we've been in this spot before the entire concert started. They were nagging at my mom to hit them, but obviously my mom's not stupid, she's not gonna hit them. They kept antagonizing my mom, so she kept yelling at them to stop, which soon people around us started looking at us and staring, and eventually the security guards with the exit door pulled me and my mom and the 2 chicks out of the concert. Once we were outside, the security guard talked to me and my mom while the other one talked to the drunk chicks. We explained that we were just trying to enjoy the concert and these 2 drunk ladies would bully their way through us, and we're not doing shit to them. We just wanted to stay in our spot. We've been in here the whole time. After we explained what happened, the security guard didn't say shit. He just told us, sorry, you have to leave, which right after my mom started crying, and as we were leaving, we see the other security guard let the 2 drunk chicks back in the concert, which was so fucked up. We literally only heard maybe 2 Honestav songs before we got kicked out. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty long story, but I just want to be clear, this video isn't coming from some random researcher. I've never even made a video like this before. I just genuinely love this guy and what he makes and what he's about. I was one of his top listeners, so when you're watching this video, it's in real time. You're not just gonna read about this stuff. What Honestav makes doesn't feel manufactured or fake. It doesn't make you feel like someone's chasing a moment, but it feels like someone's surviving long enough to be heard.
Success, bro, I would say, like, if I'm sitting and I'm successful, my sister has a house, my mom has a house. My mom is like gonna yeah, like I want my mom to die like in her house that she owns, not like in some rental or like some spot. And then my nephews are in college and they all got vehicles that they can drive. And yeah, bro, that would be successful to me.